Good day. This is Annalyn P. Sion taking up my Soksai at CTU Mualwal campus. This video is a requirement for Educ 603 with Dr. Bagsit with time schedule 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday class. My report is about Dr. Jose Rizal and his philosophies. The objectives of this report are to understand Rizal's ideals and philosophies in different aspects, to know the importance of Rizal's ideals and philosophies, and to relate the different ideals and philosophies of Rizal on our daily lives. Without education and liberty, which are the soil and the sun of man, no reform is possible. No measure can give the result desired. That is according to our Philippine national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. Rizal has been written as a poet, writer, novelist, physician, nationalist, linguist, traveler, and many other works he excelled at. And all this covers a short period of his life. Because as we all know, Rizal died at the age of 35. Rizal always considered education as a medicine or something that could cure the problem of colonial Philippines. He believed in education that is free from political and religious control. He asserted that reform can be achieved if there is no suitable education, a liberal one available to Filipinos. In 1893, Rizal's idea of education as an instrument of change has not diminished a bit. In one of his letters to Alfredo Hidalgo, a nephew, Rizal stated, "Life is a very serious thing, and only those with intelligence and heart go through it worthily." In the same letter, he also told his nephew that to live is to be among men, and to be among men is to struggle. He concluded that on the battlefield, man has no better weapon than his intelligence. Rizal's idea or concept of education is determined by the following requirements. First, the curriculum of a modern liberal education should include either religion, hygiene, mathematics, the physical, natural, and social sciences, literature, languages, and physical, culture, and the arts. Second, there should be a weekly accounting by teachers of students' progress and conduct the well-behaved ones to be awarded with a posting of their names, and parents should be informed monthly of the progress, conduct, and health of their children. Third, the school should insist on accuracy and punctuality. Fourth, teachers were to be employed on passing an admission examination on a competitive basis if there are several applicants. Fifth, there is to be no racial discrimination in the admission of students. Sixth, gymnastics and swimming are obligatory. Seventh, classes would be 6 hours a day, including a total of 2 hours of physical culture and the arts. 8. Human relations between teachers and pupils should not be ignored. The teacher should work with the students and their leader and co-workers as well as their mentor. 9. Instructions should be practical and should stimulate thinking rather than be a parrot-like reproduction of book learning. Students should learn by participation in a natural situation. Field work has its place in effective instruction. 10th, education should receive substantial aid to make instruction effective. It is not sufficient that there are students to be taught. There must be proper accommodation, and equipment conducive to learning. 11. The teacher should have prestige, reputation, moral strength, and some freedom of action. Rizal's philosophy on education. For him, education is important in the development of a nation and its people. He said that he wanted to preach the need of education and said also that ignorance is slavery. For him, learning should be adaptable to the needs or actual life of the people. On his philosophy on nationalism, he portrayed the image of Filipino women and the character of Maria Clara in his poets. He said also that a family, the smallest social group and economic units, should be associated with certain positive concepts including dedication and love. In order to gain rights and freedom, Filipinos needed to adopt their own nationalistic identity as the Spanish had done. In addition to his educational philosophy, he centers on the provision of proper motivation in order to bolster the great social forces to make education a success, to create in the youth an innate desire to cultivate his intelligence and give him life eternal. He wanted to elevate the country to the highest seat of glory and to develop the people's mentality. The country would be saved from domination only through education. In his religious philosophy, he said that salvation was not only for Catholics, it is also for other religious groups. Salvation was not possible even if Catholics composed only a small minority of the world religious groups. He also added that fasting is not sacrifice. He also did not believe in the sale of such religious items as the cross, medals, rosaries, and the like in order to propagate the faith and raise the church funds. On his political philosophy, he said that a conquered country like the Philippines should not be taken advantage of. The study and application of reforms, the extension of human rights, the training for self-government, and the arousing of spirit of discontent over oppression, brutality, inhumanity, sensitiveness, and self-love. His ethical philosophy wanted to study of human behavior, whether it is good or bad, or whether it is right or wrong. He said that not only the forces of good and evil, but also the tendencies towards good and evil. Rizal's social philosophy states that a body of knowledge relating to society, including wisdom, which is man's experience in society. Rizal's social philosophy dealt with man in society, influential factors in human life, racial problems, social constant, and social justice. Poverty and wealth, social ideal, reforms, youth and greatness, history and progress, and future Philippines. Rizal's role in nationalism and nation building. Rizal insists on education as the instrument for social progress. A major contribution to the making of the Filipino nation was Rizal's insistence on the education of his people, a social commitment of any government. He considered this as the cornerstone of the reform of the country so urgently needed at the time. Rizal pleaded to government authorities to take steps to improve the education of the Filipinos. Rizal advanced all possible arguments in favor of the Filipinos' needs for education, for Without education and liberty, the soil and the sun of mankind, no measure can give the desired result. The enriching effects of Rizal's study abroad made him see how education could bring social progress. Rizal's desire to share with his people what he had learned during his studies in Spain, France, and Germany, and his observations in London and Belgium became his supreme aspiration. The noble aspiration was a major step necessary in national development. Rizal consistently urged his fellow men to do everything they could do for the education of their generation. The ultimate means at nation building is national unity. Rizal's greatest contribution to the building of Filipino nation was his untiring effort in urging his countrymen to work together for national unity, a condition for national survival. Any man who refuses to fight injustice is not for the welfare of society.